Morning. It's day 4. I stayed in the Sive hostel over there last night. Really lovely place. Really recommend it. Nice family-run place. Great breakfast. There's a little store here where I went and picked up some new running socks yesterday, which was really useful. So I'm trying those out today. And interestingly, I've spotted this. So I don't know if this is where I should have come out yesterday, but I'm going to try and follow it up, and hopefully at least I can let you guys know where it was I went wrong. I know I've got to retrace my steps for a little way, but I think there are a few different tracks around here, so I've got to be careful not to get the wrong one. But for now at least, I've got, I think, 18 kilometers to do to Waterville, and then another 12 on to Caja Daniel, where I'm stopping tonight. And that should be the last of the really, really bad days for a little while. At least I know I can stop and eat in Caja Daniel, so sorry, in Waterville. So I've got just a few chocolate bars and things with me, just to get me through. It's just 18k. It's 25 to 10, and I've had a really good feed this morning. It was a great breakfast, so I shouldn't have any trouble at all. But for now, I'm going to crack on to Waterville. See you in a bit. So I've only been going a couple of minutes, but that's Caja Savina in the distance there. You can see sort of one of the main markers there. It's like an old church monastery, but it's just up the road from there to the hostel. Been quite a bit of climbing, but as a view of Caja Savina goes out into the ocean, that's great. So I think the road follows around that way, but we're heading at least back on ourselves. I was not on this track yesterday, so hopefully up ahead I'll work out for you where I went wrong. But the view up here is great. It really is lovely. And it looks like the weather should be okay today. Big challenge will be trying to keep my feet dry in all the bogs, but I'll do my best. See you in a bit. So I still don't know where I've gone wrong, but I wasn't in this field yesterday. I've done 2.28 kilometers since leaving this morning. And a field very, very full of sheep who I don't want to alarm. So, come on buddy, out the way. Thank you. There we go. They're pretty good about moving out the way. It doesn't hurt to give them right of way. So I've still not worked out where I went wrong, but hopefully I will. Nice bit of trail though. In 3.4k, it's taken 48 minutes. It's a little bit slow going through the fields, but I've just took a snap of where I am on Google Maps. I've hit a road, still not worked out where it was I went wrong, but I think I must be coming up on it fairly soon. And I think I'm about to start going cross country through these fields again, which I did yesterday. So I wonder if I took a wrong turning just up here. But yeah, nice sort of first few hundred meters today, and then it's just working your way through fields like this. It's nothing too special by comparison to the rest of this place, but can't all be perfect. See you in a bit. Right, I'm back where I went wrong yesterday. The sign is not helpful. And I'm doing my best here. You'll find out soon enough if I'm wrong, but I came from down there yesterday. I saw this sign and I went right, and I followed it off in this direction, following these yellow marked Daniel O'Connell Heritage Trail signs, and I ended up having to pick up the Kerry Way. I've just come from up there, and normally you'd expect, if you were coming from up that way, to see on this side of the sign an arrow pointing. There's no reason it would point on that way. So, dare I say it, I think they've hammered this post in the wrong way around. I think it needs to be one twist that way, so that this arrow would point me back up here, back the way I came, and that arrow on this side would point people coming from this direction up that way. And the only reason I think that makes sense is because there was another couple who were lost yesterday, and they'd come from Waterville. So maybe they also came from this way. They also saw that, they also headed off in this direction, and they turned around to try and pick up the trail again. But I know the trail is up there because I've just come from there. This has cost me 10 minutes trying to work it out. I'm gonna trust myself. I think that post is in the wrong way round, and I think it's up here. So I'm gonna head up this way and try and pick up the trail this way. And I hope I'm right, because I know I'm not going in the direction of Waterville, but I know that's kind of how the trail starts. So we'll give it a go and see what happens. So it's been a desperately frustrating morning. It's 1 hour 38, I've got 6:10 on the clock. I don't know if you can see there, but the original way was pointing in this direction here, and someone's actually pinned a sign over it to the left. I can't work out why for the life of me. I'm doing my best to navigate as I go. It's desperately unclear. I think this is east. That's going to take me around to the south, and I need to be going south. So I'm going to, again, ignore that pin and follow this track to the end of the road and see what I can find. I came from that way yesterday, I know I did, and then I followed it up here. So I mean, it's just diabolically badly posted. But the more I reflect on it, the more the post back there could not have been right, because there wouldn't be anything pointing in this direction. So I'm going to follow this trail and see what happens, yeah, try and not get too irritated by it all. It's a bit of a letdown, really, a bit of a shame. They could do with marking it a little bit better, but let's see where this takes me. I just had a little jog to the end of this trail here. I ran into a gentleman who told me that I'd gone too far, but this little house here was the way left to Waterville. So hopefully this is right. I've got 6.8 kilometers on the clock. Interestingly, I met a couple of girls in here yesterday who told me that I had about 8 kilometers to go, and they were going to Waterville. So hopefully this is the right way. But the local I met seemed pretty certain, so I'm going to crack on. I'm back on the trail. I just asked another lovely lady who lives in this house there. So I've come from that way. And the things to kind of be aware of, you've got the sign for Caja over there, and then the route keeps going this way. Things to be aware of is on the map you're going the wrong way. So I'm heading towards Koomdruff, I think it's pronounced, and I think the route's going to kind of go up that way and then swing all the way back round. So I've got 9.25 kilometers on the clock. Again, this is all back the way I came yesterday, but I just spoke to the lady and she confirmed it, and I said, you know, Waterville is the other direction. She said yes, but you've got to follow the trail this way. So I'm back on track. I've done, it's actually not terrible, 9.28 kilometers in 2 hours 12, which could be worse. I was a little bit of a diversion on the wrong route there, but not too bad at all. So I'm back on track, and now I've got to try and pick up the pace a little bit and get down into Waterville. And there's a doggy here. He seems to know where he's going. See you in a bit. So that's where I came from this morning. Caja Savine, down there. It's now 10.7 kilometers. There's the sign taking me up this way. I'm climbing over, I think this is pronounced Koomdruff. Some better signing would be useful down there. I think I was only off the signs for a few hundred meters when I went past that little farmhouse, and the gentleman told me I'd gone the wrong way. But that post, I think, had probably been knocked over by a car and put back in the wrong way. So once again, not great signing from the trail. But I'm back on it. It's only 12:30. I've got a long way still to go today. The weather's good, it's not too hot. View's still great. So back on we go. So I've been going for about another 3 kilometers, just straight this way, up and over the top there. I've come to just a little road here, but the trail goes straight back up the side of the mountain. The 4 wind turbines are the other side of this hill, so I'll drop a Google Maps screenshot in to show where I am when I'm taking this. But it's all bog up there. It's very slow going. It's just marshland. But nice views from the top. Nice views from the top. See you in a bit. So, I don't know if you can see there, the 4 wind turbines are much closer now, just, I don't know, 500 or 600 metres, which means I've come from way up in the distance that way. It's been 3 hours 35 minutes, I've done 14.3 kilometres. I'm starting to wonder about a change of approach, maybe stopping in Waterville for the night and then pushing on early and trying to double up the next stage. But I'll have to figure that out in a bit. At this pace I've got at least another 3 hours, which is not great. It's 1 o'clock now, 1:15. So I've got a good way to go yet. So we'll see what happens. But the view is still absolutely stunning. It really is great. Bit of a shame that you can't see the coast, but there's plenty of that still to come. See you in a bit. Hey, so you might recall in the video yesterday I pointed out 2 Dutch ladies that I met who were just a little bit ahead of me whilst I'd stopped to take a video. I passed them, and down there they got someone to drive them the first 8 or so K to where that road junction is, which is actually not a bad idea if you are under pressure. We're climbing once again. There are the wind turbines that once upon a time were well off in the distance. 15.7 K on the running watch. This day is very full of difficult ups and downs. It's hard work. So the more I think about it, the more I think the approach to take, even if you're not in a rush, is to travel really light with just a pack like that. It needs nothing more than water, 1 clean set of clothes, and some medical stuff. And then, if you're not racing, get a pair of hiking boots and a pair of waterproof socks, so that no matter how drenched your shoes get, your feet stay dry. My shoes are not too waterlogged at the moment, but my feet are wet. And will be for the rest of the day. I think 4 hours on the clock, so it's very slow and steady going. What's that? 4 kilometres an hour I've been averaging, which, even allowing for the sort of 20 minutes I spent trying to work out the signs, means I'm averaging 4k an hour, which is not fast, but I'm making progress. And I think, dare I say it, this is the worst of the climbing today. I was reading in the book that the tallest, actually, ignore me, that looks higher. I'm guessing I'm going up the top of that as well. Oh dear. Time to crack on. See you in a bit. You'll have to forgive me for yelling, it's very windy up here. But I'm gonna call it, this is the top. This is the highest peak anywhere near where I'm standing. So the windmills are down there, 16.8 kilometers on the clock. I think I'm going down this way, just tracking this fence. There's a little village over there, and then Waterville is over there on the coast. So at least it's pretty much flat after I get down off of this. But it's a good long way yet. I don't know if you can see over in the distance that way. Is where Glenbeigh is. Sorry, not Glenbeigh, Cahersiveen. So I'm making progress, but it's been really, really hard going up here. It's just non-stop bombing marsh. Climbing. Hopefully at least I'm now onto the downhill, and with a bit of luck, I will just track him all the way in, along the road. I'll find a little cafe over there for some food, and then I'll crack on to Waterville. See you in a bit. Well, for now at least, I've made it out of the boggy marshland hill. From this sign, it's 19.5 kilometres to Caja Savine, and it's a really hard 19.5 kilometres. It's taken me 5.25 hours. So I'm going to head in this direction, taking hopefully the shorter route, and with a little bit of luck, I'm going to find a place along the way to pick up some lunch. I've had a couple of chocolate bars already. I've got one more with me, which I'll chow down now. But hopefully I can start to get there. My shoes and feet are totally waterlogged through again. I keep stopping to bring them out, and then they keep just getting drenched. I might throw the insoles out as well, actually, because I'm not sure what good they're doing. They just keep bunching up. I think they're too slippery. But let's see where I end up. See you in a bit. I just had one of those moments of pure kindness that makes trips like these worthwhile. This is the Mastagihi post office. I just went in to try and find out if I could buy, you know, a cup of tea or a sandwich or anything. And she didn't sell any of it. There was only one lady in there. But she said she'd make me. So she made me a cup of tea and she made me sandwiches. I offered her €10. She wouldn't take a penny more than 6, including for an ice cream, which I've bought. It's a good couple of hours on yet. There's the sign for the carryaway, so it comes up this way. It can't be nearly as bad as what was going on over there. The lady in the shop is called Patricia. She's an absolute godsend. That's Sally, the Labrador. Hi, Sally. Hi, Sally. Oh, it's been lovely to meet you, my friend, but I'm afraid I have to go. Hi. So I'm going to say goodbye to Sally, my favourite dog of the trip. I'm going to have my ice cream, and I'm going to keep coming up this way. It's about 4 o'clock, so 6 o'clock I'll be getting into Waterville, and I'll have to make a decision then. I could get a taxi round, or I can just add a day to the trip, but I'll end up having to rebook my last few hostels, which should be a little bit irritating, but not beyond doing. So I'm nicely refueled, nicely refreshed. Thankfully she let me refill my water bladder, because I'd gone through the full 3 litres that I had in there, amazingly. And now I'm going to push on back up into the hills, but hopefully not too far. See you in a bit. We're at another really lovely spot. That way will take me to Waterville, which is down there, 6 kilometres according to the book. There's also a marked trail in that direction to Caja Daniel. From the looks of it, on Google Maps, that's at least 15 kilometres away. It's where I'm supposed to be tonight. I think my best bet is to get around to Waterville, see if I can find accommodation there. If I can, then I've got a long but fairly easy day tomorrow according to the book. If I can't, I will have to jump in a cab round to Caja Daniel, just along the coast, and go to my place there. But as a view, this is just great. And I'm just sitting here on top of one of the ladder turnstiles, having a little read and thinking about what to do next. But I think it's pretty much straight that way down to Waterville, just the other side of that hilltop. And Caja Daniel, I think, is going to be kind of behind there, so a long way off. So I think my best bet is to aim for Waterville for the moment. See you in a bit. Absolutely everything I've been through today is worth it for this moment. I've got the most unbelievable panorama going on around me. I'm up at the top of the second Kumdrof, it's called. I think over there in the distance is Caja Savine, where I've started. Waterville get there tonight. But for now, as views go, this is just amazing. And I don't know if you can see just in the distance over there, the wind turbine, or one of the wind turbines that I've gone past. So I've come from right over that direction. I've come a really long way. 25 kilometers according to the watch. Feels like a hell of a lot more. But this is just unbelievable. Absolutely. There's a picturesque river down there. Just meandering down to the edge. Absolutely spectacular. In a moment of joyful success, I've just come over the last of the peaks. Down there is what's just I think what I'm going to do is try and stay here tonight. I'll stop in tomorrow in Daniel, pay the lady for the room that I wasn't using. I've not called ahead to cancel because I don't have the number easily to hand. But it would be a shame to take a cab at this point and cut some of it out. Equally, if I can't find anywhere to stay tonight, then I'll just have to head on. So, with a bit of luck, I'll be down here in the next 40 minutes or so, a bit quicker. And hopefully I'll find a place to stay. See you in a bit. Well, this is Waterville. There's 32.2 kilometers on the running watch, and it's taken me 8 hours 5 minutes. I don't know where the author of my book got 24 kilometers from, but it's nonsense. That section has got some of the best views I've ever seen in my life, but it's also incredibly difficult. It's just hot. So don't count on doubling up that stage either. It's just too far. I found a hostel just down here on Google Maps. I'm going to walk in and see if they've got any space, and if they don't, then I'll have to find a cab round to Caherdaniel and stay there tonight. So yeah, incredible section, amazing views, but it's pure bog the whole way and it's very slow going. See you in a bit.